This is the guy that arrested me at the 6-month vigil for trespassing in the public square.
What's your name?
Why did you do that, Chang?
There you go. Thank you very much.
Scott, did I hear right? The police took your
my
speaker?
old Canada off on my speaker that I
Why would you do that?
He's not allowed to have an amplifying device.
Pardon me?
He's allowed to stay.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to use an amplifying device. He's not.
Why?
He's not.
And you have these gangs marching in Jewish communities, threatening Jews. But the Jewish state, Israel, is very strong. It's not going anywhere.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Nathan Phillips Square in downtown Toronto. And folks, we're here to bear witness to, I think, one of the most disgraceful days in Hogtown history. Namely, as you can see behind me, the Marxists and the Islamists have gotten together for the raising of the Palestinian flag. And of course, the question arises, why? First and foremost, there is no such thing as the state of Palestine. Raising the flag of Palestine makes for a fictional construct. I just wonder how long it'll be before some group, asks the city to raise the flag of Narnia, or the wonderful land of Oz, or perhaps the planet Vulcan. As well, defenders of this flag raising will say that Prime Minister Mark Carney said Canada will officially recognize the state of Palestine. He said that back in September. Mark Carney pledged that Canada will recognize the state of Palestine, but it came with conditions. And this is very important. Fundamentally, they have to reform the governance to hold general elections in 2026. Number two, Hamas cannot be part of this Palestinian state. And three, this state has to be demilitarized. And the fact is, folks, none of those conditions have been met. I would argue those conditions will never be met.
For the reasons I cited earlier, Canada intends to recognize the state of Palestine at the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in September 2025. This intention is predicated on the Palestinian Authority's commitment to much-needed reforms, including commitments by the Palestinian Authority's President Abbas to fundamentally reform its governance, to hold general elections in 2026 in which Hamas can play no part, and to demilitarize the Palestinian state. Canada will increase its efforts in supporting strong democratic governance in Palestine and the contributions of its people to a more peaceful and hopeful future.
And maybe the solution to this, folks, is to get rid of foreign flag raisings altogether. Certainly, that's what they're going to do in Calgary starting next year. And I got to say, I support that. I think there's maybe 3 flags that should fly at Nathan Phillips Square. That would be the Canadian flag, the flag of the province of Ontario, and the City of Toronto flag. I mean, why is a municipality getting involved in foreign affairs to begin with? Their job is to shovel the snow, pick up the garbage, fill in the potholes, make sure there's clean drinking water. This whole idea of raising flags and making up the rules, it would seem, as they go along in terms of flag raising. Indeed, I think there is a Ukrainian flag that has been there for more than 2 years. Again, what are the rules for a permanent flag on the square and a temporary flag? And who gets to make those requests and who approves it? But like I said, in terms of Palestine, it's not even a state yet. And I think the most odious thing about this flag raising today is that the City of Toronto is actually rewarding terrorism. They are approving what happened on October 7th, 2023, and that is despicable. And they are also approving what we've seen in the streets of Toronto these last 2 years. People in this community chanting for genocide, displaying swastikas, cosplaying as Sinwar, the terrorist mastermind. So this is what we want to reward. We want to reward the thugs and the bullies and the reprobates out there. It looks like that to me. So folks, I can tell by the clock tower, it is precisely 10 a.m. That's when the flag will officially be raised. That's an hour late because there was a group called the TAFSIC organization They are a pro-Israel group. They were in court earlier today to file an injunction against the flag raising. They say that doing so incites violence against the Jewish community. And you know, I can't disagree with that, because if you look around, there is a huge police presence. And if they weren't here, you know that the counter demonstrators would be swarmed and they would be physically assaulted. Anyways, this is Mayor Chow's Toronto. It is now embracing the Islamists and the Marxists, and we'll just try to get some people to come on camera to see what they think of what I think is a grotesque moment in Toronto history.
You just need to step back, guys.
You're not allowed to display a cross on Nathan Phillips Square, officer?
He is allowed to display a cross, but there's just a space for it, okay?
Where's the space?
Thank you very much. We're having counter-protests over there, okay? And we just...
Oh, Officer Chang! Look, this is the reprobate that arrested me on April 7th.
Can I speak? No,
Am I allowed to be on the square, Officer Chang?
I have a job to do.
No, yeah. Usually it's arresting me.
They can chant genocide in the street, and I can't cover that. Obey your oath, officer. Obey your oath. Will you get? Listen, if I'm on the other arrest, get your hands off. Okay, then I will. Okay, put your phone down. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for refusing to leave. Okay? Refusing to leave the wagon, Mr. Mann.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are you going to arrest me, Officer Chang? You arrested me on April 7th. Why?
Out of my face, please. I'm trying to do a job, sir.
I want to know why. I want to know why you arrested me at the 6-month vigil. You can bang your bike into me. I don't care.
Mr. Menzies, you're getting in the way.
I have respect for you.
Keep that mic out of my face. Thank
Why?
you.
No, he's a good
Why?
guy.
Why?
I know. I just want you just behind the fence. That's all. That's all, sir.
Why?
Please. Thank you very much.
Why did you arrest me?
Please, sir.
Why did you arrest me? You didn't even show up for the trial. You didn't even show up for the trial, you coward. Huh?
Is this your flag? Sir, is this your flag? Mr. Menzies.
Will you stop touching me?
Not Muhammad! Not Muhammad! No. I'm sorry.
Okay. Just behind the fence. Behind the fence.
Why don't you trespass these people?
Mr. Menzies, I have a job to do. I'm not here for your entertainment, okay?
Entertainment? You arrested me for trespass in the public square.
Yeah, we have trespass authority in Nathan Phillips Square. It might be an open space, but we
Don't you remember? Don't you remember? And you didn't even show up for the trial. You were such a coward.
Oh, and wasn't notified of the trial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would have been there.
Okay. Oh, really? And what would you have testified?
I was saying free Canada, and they're smiling. Some are on our side, but you know, they can't do anything about it. And I understand. I have a lot of respect for the police, but I don't have any respect if 5 cops went after a guy and and they said F off. I said de-escalate. Where's your de-escalation? But Dave, like every time I go to a demonstration, I see you. Yeah. I have fun. I really have fun. No, I do. I don't let it take me personal. And I'm standing here up for my kids and my grandkids.
Okay.
Because I want a good Canada again, and we lost it a little bit.
White supremacists! Racist! Hey!
You're not enjoying a flag raising. You're here for a flag raising that's going up, and you'd rather yell at people. You're here for flag raising, and you'd rather yell at people than watch the flag go up.
Why in my face? He was saying that.
Go do your thing. Go do your thing. Seriously? No, you can.
Yeah, I can.
But it's being recorded, and look how good you look.
Okay.
Yelling at people
He said,
for the flag raising that's here for you. Can you
a guy
just
who's
over there
saying,
stop antagonizing the crowd?
He's giving you good advice, actually, ma'am.
But I'm also not going to move because this cop is in my face.
And he's telling
ignore
you
the
that. Educators, let's just
in the media for exactly what they want to see.
ignore them
You're not
completely.
here for the
Let's
flag,
just
you're here to yell at people. But go ahead. It's your right to do what you want. But you know what? There are rules.
When I was saying
There are rules on this
racist
property.
saying that there's a shit stain and like.
There are rules on this property. Be careful because you'll be removed.
Attention be on the racists over there.
What's upsetting you, man? What example of racism did you observe?
I'm not talking to you.
Okay. You can yell. You can yell it. You yell it, but you don't actually know why you're yelling it. You don't know why you're yelling it, though.
Cop's not doing his job.
By the way, folks, we wanted to send our message about this despicable flag raising today. Check out the truck behind me. We have our new campaign that's been launched, nohate.ca. That's nohate.ca. Can you do me a favor? Can you go to that portal and sign the petition? And if you're able to, kindly make a donation so that we can cover our expenses. Well, folks, I'm with Mayor Weinstein of Israel Now. And Mayor, here we are in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and we're seeing the raising of the Palestinian flag. Why?
We're really not sure why the city is approving the raising of the Palestine flag when the majority members of the Palestinian Legislative Council is composed of Hamas. And Hamas is a terrorist organization listed by the government of Canada, all Western governments. Why it would be here? It's recognition and acceptance of anti-Semitism. That's how we see it.
Scott, did I hear right? The police took your speaker?
Canada off on my speaker that
Why would you do that?
You're not allowed to have an amplifying device.
Pardon me?
He's allowed to stay.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to use an amplifying device. He's not.
Why?
He's not. That's the rules here.
The rules, officer. 4 years ago, Afro-Indigenous Rising made an encampment here for 30 days.
Say what you want. This is what I was just told.
Yeah.
Okay. He can stay all he wants. He just can't have that going.
But why the double standard?
we stand on guard for
Wow.
thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God bless Canada.
So, Scott, can you tell me what happened? The police disconnected your speaker?
Yeah, they just shut it right off. I was playing Old Canada, and first security came up, told me I wasn't allowed to play it. I said, well, I'll shut it off as soon as, would you please not disturb me during the national anthem, first of all, because I was, at attention. And the police showed up and turned my speaker off.
What kind of mirror universe are we in when we're here at City Hall in Toronto, Ontario, Canada? You can't play the Canadian national anthem, but we're seeing the rising of a foreign nation's flag.
I'll be honest with you, Dave. I think we're in the twilight zone. Okay.
Yeah, I think the only thing missing is Rod Serling.
Rod Serling's going to jump out from somewhere.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, this is an invasion. Okay. Any people that move to another country or come to another country waving the flag of their homeland are basically invaders.
But Scott, who do you have more contempt for? The people pushing this agenda, or those in power, the likes of Olivia Chow, that allow and enable it?
Well, to be honest with you, you're right. It's the police forces, it's the people that are in positions of authority that are basically turning a blind eye to what's going on and allowing this mockery of our country to persist. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. I mean, I was brought up in a time where we even stood up for the national anthem in the movie theater before the movie started. And now I see our country so divided, and our governments are doing it. Our governments are taking sides in world issues and other nations' issues. And the scariest part is we have a prime minister that has recognized Palestine.
Well, I'm with Schwartz. Here's an unusual sight. I know we're in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, but Schwartz is displaying not one but two Canadian flags. I just see a bunch of foreign flags behind me, Schwartz, and we're seeing the raising of the Palestinian flag. Why?
It's shameful display in our city. Mayor Chow should be ashamed of herself. We're opposed to this. We're tired of the violence and the intimidation against our community. We're not interested in having Sharia or jihad or intifada in our streets. We want our streets to remain open. We don't want them praying in our streets. We don't want them intimidating neighborhoods in our city. And that flag has no business hanging over this square. It's un-Canadian. It's a terrible day for Toronto to be hanging this Nazi flag in our city square. It sends a terrible message. It acknowledges hatred, division, and creates fear and general discomfort amongst our community. We don't want it here. It doesn't belong here. And Mayor Chow is going to have to account for this.
Well, folks, I haven't seen Queers for Palestine yet, but I see this woman here, Jews for a Free Palestine. Isn't that like being part of a group such as Chickens for Colonel Sanders? I see young girls here. They're dressed up in the Palestinian propaganda. What kind of a parent would bring their children to such a hate fest? It is absolutely unbelievable. But you know what? It's like they say on Madison Avenue or in Marxism, get them young, get them forever. Shameful. Well, folks, I'm with Alex. And Alex, tell me, what brings you out on a chilly Monday morning to Nathan Phillips Square?
Well, I look at this, I'm seeing an attack against the West, period. It's more than just a Palestinian issue. And what better way to destroy a heritage than the Judeo-Christian heritage, which is foundational to everything that we are, our laws, our education, our arts, you name it. And I blame the beginnings of this on the universities. They took on a neo-Marxist principle, us against them, and it just morphed into every aspect of our life. And this is what we're seeing now. We're seeing the death of Canada also.
Well, folks, the Palestinian flag isn't the only garish flag being flown here at Nathan Phillips Square on this morning. Over south to me, it's the flag of Che Guevara. And I think that supports my thesis of what we're seeing in Western society today, the Marxists and the Islamists coming together for one common goal, namely tearing down the West. And then we have a flag for OPSU. That's the Ontario Public Workers Union. And just imagine if you were not pro-Hamas and you work for that union, just imagine you were Jewish and you work for that union. How does this make you feel that this publicly funded union is here supporting, the Hamas agenda? It is absolutely shameful. What is the connection with Marxism and Islamism?
There's no major connection, but they're fighting imperialism, and there's a common goal in that fighting. Zionism is part of imperialism.
Is Canada an imperialist country?
I mean, they're pretty submissive. They're part of the colonial system.
Then why are you living here, sir?
Sir, I'm a victim of colonization.
Oh, how so?
Yes. Well, my country was colonized. My original country, for instance, if you look back in the...
Which country was that?
Iraq and other country. I have another country, but I'm originally Iraqi, you could say.
What would you say the best country in the world is right now?
Best country in the world?
Yeah. If you could move anywhere, where would you move?
I think the best country for me would be Islamic Republic of Iran.
Oh, really? Okay, so you support the Islamic regime?
Yes, Islamic government, yes.
That's very interesting. I live in a city, Richmond Hill, very big Persian population, 14%. Almost every single one I meet is against the regime. They fled the regime, but you want to go back there. You want to live under Sharia law?
It's a very small portion, and they're pretty much, you can call them, for instance, the bacteria of Iran. They leave. They're just Iran is about 100 million, population. There's a few 100,000 or something like that come out to the West and so on and, cry to the West. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Well, what is it like moving to Iran? Why don't you fulfill your dream and go to Tehran?
Oh, there's going to be the right time for that. Right now we have some progress and some business and some work that we have to do, and then one day, why not? Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Well, bon voyage. Thank you,
Free Palestine.
So, folks, I'm with Darren. He's at the counter demonstration for the raising of the Palestinian flag. Couldn't help but notice your sign. Darren, 1, Yasser Arafat. 2, Olivia Chow. 1 + 2 = Jew haters. Are you saying that Olivia Chow, the mayor of Toronto, is the same as Yasser Arafat?
Pretty much. I don't think she's out to kill Jews, but she was married to a person that hated Jews, Jack Layton. She's following his footsteps, no better, no worse. Actually, she might be even worse. Recognizing the Palestinian flag, it's not even a country. It's a symbol that Yasser Arafat created on his own. The independence was created by Yasser Arafat on his own unilaterally. It wasn't an international thing that they recognized Palestine and said that the East Jerusalem would be part of Palestine, because there's no Palestine. The only Palestine there was the colonization that the UK did, not Israel. They created the land as Palestine, that would be the land for the Jews and the Arabs and the Christians to live together. Unfortunately, they did not want that, and what they call the Nakba is because they attacked Israel, and all 5 Arab countries attacked Israel thinking they could kill the Jews, and like today, they still can't kill the Jews, and they never will.
Here's another thing that's interesting, folks. We have the Pride Progress flag on display. They're here for the Palestinian flag raising. What do you think happens to somebody in Gaza if they openly identify with the LGBT, et cetera, community? Well, I can tell you what happens. Let's put it this way. You need only buy a one-way ticket, because you're not coming back. Sir, I couldn't help but note the pride flag. What happens to a member of the LGBT, et cetera, community if they were to go to Gaza and be openly LGBT?
I have no idea, because I've never been there.
Oh, okay.
I consider myself an ally.
An ally to whom?
The LGBT community.
Okay, then. So why would you support those who are against that community?
Again, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but non-engagement might be better.
What did that lady in the mask say to you, sir?
I don't really know.
All right, well,
stay neutral. The flag raising it took too long.
I agree with you.
It should have started at 10, like the city said.
They were 52 minutes late.
I know. I was expecting it to be earlier.
Okay, then. Anyways, please read up on what happens to gay and lesbian people in Gaza.
Well, let's just hope that all the chaos when it settles, things stay neutral.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not the case there.
Yeah. Well, people are people, you know?
Yeah, well.
That's how I view it.
Okay.
People are people.
Thank you, sir.
This government of Canada is relying on an Islamic vote that unfortunately has been radicalized or taken over, or maybe not taken over. We're not sure. But their position is in the Islamic community that there should be no state of Israel. And the government of Canada thinks that that's fine.
We need to shut this down now before it gets out of control. And sadly, our support is very limited and disappointing.
They're playing the role of the victim, free Palestine. Palestine was offered at least 5 times a state. They don't want a state. They want to annihilate the Jews and then the West. Not necessarily murdering or killing, but just taking over our culture, our heritage, because the West is a horrible creation that's got to be destroyed and rebuilt. This utopian dream.
Everything is upside down lately, where we stand for. You couldn't do this 20 years ago. What happened? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And I really want my Canada back, because it's going down. We have so many people hungry. We have so many businesses leaving. It's unbelievable. We have no money, and they focus on this stuff. We have to focus on Canadians.
Yes, the Jewish people are going through a lot of duress right now with such an increase in anti-Semitism and an acceptance of anti-Semitism, and you have these gangs marching in Jewish communities, threatening Jews. But the Jewish state, Israel, is very strong. It's not going anywhere.
Well, there you have it, folks. Some 52 minutes late. I spoke off camera to a city employee. Evidently, they couldn't figure out how to work the flagpole. What does that say? But I'll state this. This is why this day in Toronto is one of the most shameful days in Hogtown's history, because we have gone from ignoring the mobs and all the antics and all the chants for hate and all the display of swastikas, and people dressing up as Sinwar, the terrorist mastermind. The city officials have gone from ignoring that to now endorsing that with the raising of that flag. That's what's happening here, folks. They have bent the knee to the mob. They are rewarding the people that promote what happened on October 7th, 2023, the single biggest massacre of Jews post-Holocaust. It is a shame. It is heartbreaking. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Folks, are you sick and tired of the hatred on our streets? Are you also now sick and tired that the political class is getting in bed with the haters? We think it's egregious and outrageous. Please go to our petition, nohate.ca. That's nohate.ca. Sign that petition, and if you're able to, kindly make a donation so that we can cover our expenses for this truck delivering this very important message.